those who do the board.
Good morning, House Appropriations Committee. It is Friday, March 27th, 2026. It's just after 9 a.m. and we are here to hear another amendment to the budget, which we often have in the budget, but we often have it before the budget goes out. So this is, everybody's running a little later this year. The transportation bill was later, the yield bill was later, on and on. So now we have the capital bill, and I'm sure that Chair Evans is relieved to have that. So we have it. We have a piece of paper either on your desk or on the website. Then it's going to be proposed to come into the budget. We'll have John, in the form of Ledge Counsel, give us a brief overview, and then Chair Emmons can explain what's happening.
So good morning, everyone. John Gray, Office of Legislative Counsel.
Representative Alice Emmons, Chair of House Corrections and Institutions.
And Scott Moore, Joint Fiscal Office.
So I'm going to screen share with you the proposed amendment from Representative Emmons. I think the chair already framed this pretty clearly. This is a standard process for dealing with the cash pieces that go into the capital bill. And typically the sequencing of actions is such that we wouldn't be arriving on third reading to present that, but that's what's happening today. So this just sets out in the same typical style of the budget, the cash appropriations in the capital bill. You can see we have 23 million. That includes monies currently in the fund plus interest and then reallocations. And then we set out for each entity. And I don't know if the chair would like to go into any of these, but it really is just the line items we're pulling from the capital bill. I'm happy to run through them, but expect they're not especially interesting.
Well, I think what we want to know is, and Chair Emmons, why don't you explain how this works so everybody understands the cash fund and, and why we're doing all this. So please.
Well, to lay the groundwork right now, we have not voted out the capital bill yet. We anticipate doing that today. But this section has been finalized, as have all the other sections. We just need to see the final draft, do the final read through. Our spreadsheet is complete. And we really, as your chair said, this usually is always in our bill as well as in your bill. So we want to get it in your bill while it's still on the House side. What this pertains to, our capital budget has both bonded dollars and cash from the cash fund. We allocate where those dollars from the cash fund go. We don't appropriate it. That is in your world. And these items here are where we are targeting the cash. Some of these items also do have bonded dollars, either in other capital bills or in this current capital bill. The other piece that's new this year is the administration is about 5 million, a little bit more than 5 million of cash in the cash fund that was allocated and appropriated towards some capital projects. And in the statute for the cash fund, if it's unencumbered or hasn't been spent in the 3-year mark, then it can be reallocated. So this is the first time, because we're starting to hit that 3-year mark, that some projects either are not going forward or they're being delayed a little, so they don't need the money in this fiscal year. They are reallocating that back, keeping it in the cash fund, and then we're expending those dollars again. So what we have in our spreadsheet, because new cash is around 17 million. And then the balance to reach the 23.4 million and change is that chunk that is being, in our world, reallocated. And we're putting those dollars towards these projects that you see in the amendment as well. So there's a total of 23.4 million and change that's going towards these projects. So the amendment would be for this particular section. We will also have this section in our capital bill as well. We do it in both bills because for the public, if they're looking at a construction project, a state construction project, they don't think to go to the appropriations, the big bill. They go to the capital bill. So that's why we make sure it's in both spaces, because you appropriate and we allocate this.
Great. So do you want to just tell us quickly what the projects are, because we're going to need to know it sooner or later?
Well,
Not in great detail, but just a quick.
a lot of them, some of it is just some continuation of what we've been doing. Major maintenance is also a big piece of BGS. Security within all of our buildings, that's our card passes, that could be cameras, that could be panic buttons, that's what that goes to. The Asa Bloomers in Rutland, we've been doing work there with the roof replacement, and sewer projects, so there's also money in the capital bill bonded for that. The same with the Rutland Multimodal Garage, 32 Cherry Parking Garage. We've been taking care of that parking garage forever. There's a big chunk that's going to DOC. It's going to BGS for DOC to put air conditioning within our facilities. There is on the bonded side, over 9 million on the bonded side for this year, as well as this million. And the goal is to have the Southern State facility finished by the end of this calendar year. And then the Newport facility will also be started, and that won't be finished for at least to the end of 27, possibly 28. And then starting, the next one would be the Chittenden. There's St. Albans and Chittenden. Chittenden already is conditioned, I think. Or Rutland, I can't remember which is which on that offhand. It's a big expense. They have to order the air handlers. And then when they get in there and do the work, sometimes they have to relocate a living wing a little bit. They have to relocate where the offenders are for the time being. So there's a lot of cost. And we've been really working on this for about 5 years. So now it's finally coming to fruition. Correctional facilities with security upgrades as well as door controls. That is for the whole system. Security upgrades could again be cameras. It could be ligature items that need to be put in. It could be like door controls. It's for the whole mechanical and electronic systems within a facility for not just the cells, but for the Sally ports, for the administrative offices, for the gym, for visiting rooms. All of that's really aging out in our system. There's bonded dollars for that as well. A boiler replacement up in Newport. We've been working on this for 3 years now. That's to replace the boiler, but that's also tied in with a 3-acre compliance up there because there's storm ponds that need to be changed. They need to be relocated, which then impacts where the road is. And the road is needed for the trucks to deliver the wood chips. So they kind of have to go hand in hand. We've been moving money around with this for a number of years because it's a chicken and egg situation. And we do have bonded dollars for this as well. Jay, this is for the replacement of Woodside. And you had language in your bill about halting any construction or any going forward with any beds in the whole system. Until you folks and Human Services really knows from DCF what the cost will be to contract out for services. We're going to have the same language in our capital bill. We're in the crosshairs. My committee and BGS are in the crosshairs of this right now. BGS has gone out to an RFP for a design build for our new facility. It'd be about a 14-bed facility for our juveniles. We're not going to be owning the building. We are not going to be building the building. So it takes the pressure off the capital bill. But once the developer builds the facility on the developer's land that they own, we will be paying through DCF the lease payment for that building for about 20 years. So right now, there's about $350,000 that we've put in last year and the year before to allow BGS to enter into negotiations. They are in the middle of negotiations right now with a potential developer. This 700,000 would backfill some of that 300,000 to continue those negotiations right now. So if we put a freeze on this going forward in end of April or May, we have stopped this project. So we need to figure out what the operating costs will be, because it really puts this in jeopardy for BGS.
Come on that. I'm gonna pause for just a second, change the subject. Has the amendment been sent to Nigel?
No, I've given him a heads up.
So the budget is gonna be first up on the floor. So as quickly as that can get sent to Nigel, I just wanted to interrupt him, that like, the committee know that we're gonna be first.
I gave him a heads up that something was coming. We were hoping to do this last night and get it in the calendar, but we had some.
Right, but I think that just, my point is letting the body know that, so Nigel can put out an amend, can put it out to everybody that this is, happening.
So let me quickly just keep going. Public safety, they're really looking for a facility for search and rescue. This allows them to go forward with that. We are also putting some cash, because we had some money on the bottom line that, with some of the other adjustments we made. We're putting in, we already have about 14 million put aside for the replacement of the women's facility. That's going to be a very expensive project. So we put in the 1.25 in that account to start building that up. DEC, this is a federal match for our drinking water state revolving loan fund. It's 5-to-1 match with the feds. Waterbury Dam, this is a huge project that we're doing with the Army Corps of Engineers, but this is dealing with some cost overruns. They had to get in there and clean some of the penstocks this past summer. And then that just, when they had to get in there, it was time delayed because of the drought, the flooding, all of that. So this has increased the cost to that project. Forests and parks, this is what we always do for their infrastructure and rehab. This augments what we also do with bonded dollars. And the same with fish and wildlife. For their dam maintenance and safety planning, they do have a couple dams that they own. We do fund dams for Department of Environmental Conservation. This is new. So we've agreed to that. Judiciary, this is $500,000 for the Essex County Courthouse. It's up in Guildhall. We
Receive money for the bathroom.
It's sprinkler system,
Okay, fine.
the water system.
All right, that's all we need.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Historical.
Oh, wait, Marty, you had a question about that?
Well, up above, you have to the judiciary for White River Junction Courthouse. Is that because it's going to BGS and this one's going somewhere?
Yes.
Going to.
I don't see White River. That's,
The routing for the funds is project specific.
Hmm?
So I think you're just asking if it's under the correct header.
No, is
You're
the
right.
1.6 for the
Oh, that
judiciary for White River Court. So that's going to,
It's going through BGS.
right.
right, and that is, they finished the work at the courthouse. Is, the folks have moved back through and there was a cost overrun, and they also need to do some work behind the courthouse for flood mitigation.
Okay,
And they needed the water pressure. Yeah.
okay.
Sorry, I missed that. Vermont Historical Society, they have moisture control issues within their facility in Barry. And, there's a lot of historical documents there. We don't want to lose that. So we're going to provide them with some climate control units. And then 7 is an addition that we put in. We've been working with DOC and our energy committee last year, as well as ADS, trying to get Wi-Fi into our correctional facilities. It is a very expensive proposal. During the COVID years, we had federal money that came in through COVID in 2021. And we targeted some of that money for DOC to start looking where the hotspots would be in each of the facilities for the implementation of Wi-Fi. our facilities do not really have Wi-Fi. And it's really impacting DOC's operation, the administrative operation of a facility, correctional officers being able to communicate, as well as providing services to folks who are
What do
incarcerated.
you think? Is 3 million just the beginning?
We don't have a clue the way, because we've been working with the ADS and they have not been willing to come forward with some money or information. They are saying, well, they've been in the planning stages. Well, they've been in the planning stages for 3 years or 2 years.
Okay.
We just can't. So we're saying, we're going to put some money here to get this project going. We also have language in the bill and another
bill,
piece
okay.
in our bill that we're going to have report backs on this
Okay,
off session,
great.
because we really want to start working on this.
John, did you have a question?
Yeah, just really quick here. The urban search and rescue facility, is that an add-on to what we currently have? Is that a?
It's
to kind of
a,
help keep their stuff out of the weather.
yes, we're keeping some of it now. It's kind of scattered. We tried to address this 2 years ago. They were hoping to find land and maybe do a design build. Last year, they put a halt to that. And this year, they're kind of looking at the current old Williston Police Barracks, possibly. use that. So this is all for planning.
Is that vacant?
Yes, because we built a new one.
Right, it's really.
So we still own the old, so they're looking at possibility of using that. It may be a little too small.
Just curious.
We want to put everything, the hazmat, the search and rescue.
They've added a lot of that stuff over time here.
Yeah,
And the Williston Barracks is close to the interstate. It's close to Lake Champlain for their rescues there.
Thanks.
What, is there federal money there too? Is it a match for the federal money?
oh, yeah. Oh, it's over a $70 million project. We have to put up a 7% match, and we already have for planning. It's a long-term project, and it's probably not gonna be completed until probably about 5 years from now.
So what this bill, what the amendment does is transfer this money into the appropriations and identifies the specific appropriation. So it's no new money for our budget. And this is what will be in the capital bill as well. So we normally do this and usually Chair Emmons comes down before we finalize the bill, like a week ago, but this is where we are. So questions, Lynn?
Yeah, so this is money you don't have to bond.
Right, this is general fund money.
3% for the next 30 years.
Hmm.
We saved 3% or whatever it's gonna be.
Saved by not
30
bonding.
years.
By not bonding.
By not bonding.
But, and so this is essentially what the governor put more or less in the capital bill, in the budget.
Right.
So we have that line about cash fund or whatever, and then this is it. But this is now further saying, instead of just cash fund for 23 million, it's like, no, here's how it's going to be spent. And that's what Alice's committee is.
And we did not increase what the governor proposed for cash. We just
Okay.
allocated it a little bit.
So this is an amendment from Chair Emmons, so we don't have to report it. But the speaker's asked if we can get this to Nigel ASAP. So
Yep.
you sent it?
Yep.
Okay, great. I don't have an email from it.
I will not go into details on the floor.
No, because you'll get to do that with the capital bill. All right, so is there a motion to accept this amendment from Chair Emmons? Tiff and Wayne, any further discussion? Seeing none, when the clerk is ready, this is a straw.
Doesn't matter. I always do roll calls just to.
We always do a roll call. I'm just trying to let people know we don't have the bill, obviously, so we're just voting on the amendment. Okay.
Representative Lilly,
Yes.
Representative Dickinson,
Yes.
Representative Feltes,
Yes, Timothy.
Representative Fenska,
Yes.
Representative Roche,
Yes.
Representative Rowicki,
Yes.
Representative Nigro,
Yes.
that's for all yes, Representative Stevens. And Representative Yakavoni.
Yes.
Shy, 10-0.
Wait, we got Representative Stevens in. If you'd like to vote. We're just voting on the capital bill. It's all money that they, it's what we usually do. It's from the cash fund. It's an exact amount. And then corrections and institutions appropriates it, so.
Is it the committee's opinion that this is a good
And so
bill?
far it's 10-0-1.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I almost let you win.
all right. Perfect timing.
I can't ask you whether it's a good bill, because I know it.
Okay, so So we don't have to report this. Chair Emmons is going to report on the floor because it's her amendment. The speaker knows about it. Tom, our bill is first up this morning.
Good for you.
Yay, good for all of us. Anyway, one more long day. Committee, we are not meeting on Mondays anymore, but next week we will be on the floor at 10 o'clock on Tuesday. That's the first time that I know of that you all have to be here, business to be here. But we will then talk about, various field trips to see.
We'll have the capital bill next week.
We will be meeting for the capital bill next week. So we're not done yet, but so we'll occasionally have bills, but I'll just keep you posted as I know what things are. But we should probably get together informally to chat about places we want to go see so we can get those things organized.
I'll try to get some information.
Okay, that would be great. Anybody who'd like to get information. So in the meantime, let's